Spring is in the air, and I'm betting you're looking for an easy crochet flower. I'm Little John Yarns, and today we're going to be creating this easy peasy crochet daisy. The materials that we'll be using today are any worsted weight yarn and a number 4 crochet hook. Alright guys, let's hop into this quick tutorial. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook and some worsted weight yarn. We're going to begin by making a magic ring. And chain 1. If you can't make a magic ring, you can just chain 4 and slip stitch into the very first chain to form a ring. Alright, once you have your chain 1, this does not count as a stitch. We're going to place 5 single crochets into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's pull your tail to close off the center of that ring. And we're going to slip stitch to join into the very first single crochet. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but there's my first single crochet. All right, for your next row, you're going to chain 1. Remember, it does not count as a stitch. And we're going to place 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So let's go back into that very same stitch and place 2 single crochets. 1, back into the same stitch. And 2. In the next stitch, we're going to place 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. So you can pause your video here, continue placing 2 single crochets in each stitch around, and I'll meet you at the other side, and you'll have a total of 10 single crochets. We've made it back around, and like I said, you should have a total of 10 single crochets. And now we're going to slip stitch to join into the very first single crochet. My stitches are a little tight. There we go. Now chain 1. We're going to single crochet into that very same space right here. And we're going to place 2 single crochet into the next. 1, back into the very same space. And 2. And that's going to be our pattern sequence all the way around. I'll show you one more time. 1 single crochet into the next. And 2 single crochet into the next stitch. So this is 1, back into the same stitch, and 2. All right, you can pause your video here, continue that sequence all the way around by placing 1 stitch followed by 2 stitches into the next all the way around, and you should end up with a total of 15 stitches. I'll meet you back at the other side. We've made it back around. I'm going to work the very last stitch with you. So we're going to single crochet into that very last stitch, and we're going to leave the last 2 loops on your hook, and you can cut off the rest of your yellow yarn. And you're going to pick up your white yarn and wrap it around your hook and pull through the last 2 loops on your hook. And the colors are changed. All right, now we're going to slip stitch to join into that very first single crochet. And since I'm working with white, I'm going to change the background so you'll be able to see better to yellow. Okay, we are going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We are going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, single crochet, followed by a half double crochet, and now we're just going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way down your row. So pause your video here, continue placing 1 double crochet in each stitch until you make it to the bottom of your row, and I'll meet you there. Okay, we finished placing double crochets all the way down that row. And we're just going to slip stitch into the very next stitch. We worked this stitch here. So we're going to slip stitch into this next stitch here. Remember, we worked this one, slip stitch into the next. And we're going to repeat that sequence all over again. I'll show you one more time. We're going to chain 10. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook. Half double crochet into the next. And now we're going to place 1 double crochet in each chain all the way until you make it to the very end. So double crochet all the way down your chain. So you can pause your video here, continue placing double crochets all the way down your chain, and I'll meet you at the very bottom. Okay, we've made it down to the bottom. And once again, we're going to slip stitch into the very next stitch. Not this stitch right here because we worked into it already. We're going to slip stitch into the very next stitch. And we're just going to repeat the last petal all over again. So you're going to chain 10, single crochet into the second chain from the hook, then half double crochet and double crochet all the way down that chain. So pause your video here, continue making petals all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the other side. Okay. Once you make it back to your very last stitch, you should have a total of 15 petals. If you have one more and actually accidentally picked up an extra stitch, it's okay. It won't deform your pattern at all. All right, and we're just going to slip stitch the join into that very first stitch. And you can fasten off your work. All right, you can make sure you weave in your ends. Next, I'm going to show you how I block my flowers so they won't be as curly. All right, to block your flower, you can either put it on a blocking mat, pin it down, spray it, and let it sit and dry. I like to do something really quick. I place mine on top of a washcloth. I flatten it out as much as possible. I'm going to place another cloth on top, and I'm just going to steam it with the iron slightly. I don't want to press the iron directly on it because it will kill the fabric. What that means, it'll take all stretch and bounce out of your fabric. All right, and what I do, hit it with steam a couple times. The washcloth protects it. All right, and I let it sit and dry. And now my flower is less curled compared to this one right here. You can leave it like this if you like it, but it's completely your choice. All right, thanks for joining me on this tutorial. Make sure you check out my other crochet flowers, and I'll see you all on the very next pattern.